King Tut's Mask. Mystery. Unveiling the Pharaoh's hidden secret. Opening segment. Interactive exploration. Introduction. Greetings, fellow time travelers. Welcome back to Ancient Mystery, where we uncover the hidden mysteries of lost civilizations and dive deep into the secrets that shaped our world. I'm your archaeological guide, ready to take you on another mind-bending journey through the corridors of time. Today's discovery will challenge everything you thought you knew about one of history's most iconic artifacts. For more than 3,000 years, the golden mask of Pharaoh Tutankhamun has captivated the world. It stands as the gleaming symbol of ancient Egypt, as recognizable as the Statue of Liberty or the Eiffel Tower. But here's the mystery that has baffled archaeologists for decades. What if this famous mask never belonged to King Tut at all? Before we unveil these incredible secrets, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Trust me, you don't want to miss the ancient mysteries we're about to reveal. Phase 2. Building Historical Mystery. Imagine this scene with me. You're standing in the Valley of the Kings near Luxor in the year 1922. Archaeologist Howard Carter has just made the most extraordinary discovery of his career, the nearly intact tomb of a boy pharaoh. But as he explores deeper, something feels profoundly wrong. This doesn't look like a royal pharaoh's burial chamber. It's elegant and adorned with magnificent treasures, but something about it suggests it was built for someone else entirely. Now let's examine the most obvious detail that everyone overlooks: the famous mask itself. Phase 3. Time travel. Close examination of evidence. Can we get a close-up of that mask? Look carefully at these details. See those holes? Yes, those seemingly insignificant perforations are the key to our mystery. They're designed for earrings. Now here's where this gets fascinating. In ancient Egypt, earrings weren't simply a fashion statement. They were a symbol of status and social position. High-ranking women and young children wore them as markers of their place in society. Adult men, especially pharaohs, typically did not wear earrings once they reached adulthood. You might be thinking, but wasn't Tutankhamun a boy king? Wouldn't he have worn earrings as a child? You're absolutely correct. He ascended to the throne at just 9 years old. But think about this logically. Nobody expected him to pass away young. No one was preparing a child's mask for a royal burial. It would have been completely unreasonable to craft a 9-year-old's mask when everyone assumed the young pharaoh would grow into manhood. Phase 3. Scientific analysis. The adult face problem. Here's where our investigation becomes even more intriguing. The renowned mask of King Tut stands 21 inches tall. It's adorned with precious gemstones and features an impressive golden beard that weighs 5.5 pounds. The entire mask weighs 22.5 pounds, an absolute masterpiece of ancient craftsmanship. But consider this contradiction. If this mask was originally made for a child, how could it possibly fit a grown man's face? Our faces reach their full adult proportions by approximately age 16. By 19 years old, Tutankhamun would have possessed the face of a fully developed adult man. Imagine trying to place a child-sized mask on an adult pharaoh's face. It would have been physically impossible, and historically, no one would have permitted such an embarrassment. A pharaoh simply would not have been buried in a mask that didn't properly fit his face. So we must dismiss the child mask theory. But this discovery leads us to an even more compelling possibility. Phase 4. The hidden theory. A woman's mask. What if this mask was never made for a boy king at all? What if it originally belonged to someone else? Someone of royal importance? Recent archaeological research suggests a revolutionary theory. The mask may have been created for Queen Nefertiti herself. Let's examine the evidence. Some researchers believe the golden beard might have been added at a later date. This alteration could explain why we have a mask with earring holes, clearly made for a woman, yet adorned with a masculine beard symbol. Consider the historical timeline. Tutankhamun passed away around 1323 before the Common Era, likely due to malaria. Records indicate he suffered from numerous health complications, including a broken leg. He was not in good physical condition. As for Nefertiti, we possess no conclusive data about her death. Nobody knows precisely when or where she was buried. Historical records suggest she may have passed away around 1330 before the Common Era, but she could have lived considerably longer. Here's the crucial question. What if Nefertiti's mask was prepared and intended for her, but when Tutankhamun died unexpectedly, they repurposed it? After all, she was his stepmother, having been married to Akhenaten, who was likely the young pharaoh's father. Perhaps in their haste to give the boy king a proper burial, they simply took Nefertiti's mask from her burial chamber and modified it with a beard to make it suitable for the male pharaoh. Phase 5. Archaeological evidence. The tomb that didn't make sense. Now we arrive at the most compelling evidence. Howard Carter, the brilliant archaeologist who discovered Tutankhamun's tomb in 1922, noticed something deeply puzzling about the burial chamber itself. When he entered the tomb, he encountered observations that contradicted everything experts knew about pharaonic burials. This chamber didn't possess the characteristics of a typical royal pharaoh's resting place. While it was undeniably elegant and contained treasures, it emanated an unmistakable feeling, as if it had been designed for someone of different rank. Specifically, it suggested a royal woman's burial space. Traditional Egyptian pharaonic tombs were significantly larger and more elaborate, befitting the status of male rulers. But here's the most telling detail. The chamber's orientation was unusual. It was positioned to the right of the entrance, a configuration that was typical for female burial chambers used by Egyptian queens, not male pharaohs. Further examination revealed another mystery. The burial chamber appeared to have been constructed in multiple stages. The approximately 2,000 artifacts found within seemed hastily arranged, as if they were placed there quickly under pressure. Even more astonishing, these artifacts appeared to have been created for other royals entirely, not specifically for Tutankhamun. Phase 4. Modern discovery, the hidden doorway theory. Almost a century after Carter's initial discovery, a groundbreaking theory emerged. Egyptologist Nicholas Reeves proposed something that, honestly, would reshape our entire understanding of Tutankhamun's tomb. The boy king, he suggested, might not have been the original resident of this burial chamber. Reeves theorized that the undisturbed resting place of the legendary Queen Nefertiti could be hidden behind the walls of Tutankhamun's burial chamber. This exclusive historical analysis was based on a meticulous examination of high-resolution photographic scans. For months, Nicholas studied every pixel of detailed scans that revealed the texture of the tomb's walls beneath layers of ancient paint. Then came the breakthrough moment. He spotted what appeared to be outlines of two doorways that had been blocked and plastered over, deliberately hidden from view. Could it be a tomb within a tomb? Nicholas theorized that a hidden storage room existed behind the western wall of King Tut's chamber, and that his burial space might simply be the outermost section of a larger corridor-style network of connected rooms. The more he examined, the more convincing the evidence seemed. This theory captivated the archaeological world and reignited international interest in Tutankhamun's tomb. Phase 5. Scientific verification. When theory met reality. But here's where our story takes an unexpected turn. To determine if Reeves's theory held merit, experts employed cutting-edge technology, ground-penetrating radar. This advanced scanning equipment could reveal the unseen, detecting empty spaces that might indicate additional chambers hidden behind solid walls. Reeves theorized that if gaps existed, they would suggest the presence of hidden rooms. In 2015, one expert examining the radar results even believed he had discovered a hidden chamber. The archaeological world held its breath. Could the legendary Queen Nefertiti finally be found? Unfortunately, the glory didn't last long. 1 year later, after double-checking the data and conducting additional scans, the truth emerged. There were no hidden doorways, no secret chambers. The theory, as compelling as it seemed, had been debunked. The mystery remained unsolved. The mask kept its secrets. Phase 5. Connection to Greater Mysteries. The Quest for Lost Queens. But here's what makes this investigation truly fascinating. Nefertiti isn't the only legendary woman from ancient Egypt whose burial site remains a captivating mystery. The search for lost queens continues, and sometimes the most thrilling discoveries come from unexpected places. There's a remarkable legend about Cleopatra, one of history's most intriguing figures, who famously declared, "No man will ever find my tomb." Kind of fitting, wouldn't you say? Fast forward a few millennia. After she passed away, while no man has successfully located her resting place, archaeologist Kathleen Martinez believes she might have cracked the code. For nearly 20 years, she has been on this extraordinary quest, searching for Cleopatra's final resting place. Recently, her team made a significant discovery, a marble bust that Martinez believes represents the famous queen. Alongside this intriguing statue, her team unearthed 337 ancient coins, some of which feature what experts believe to be Cleopatra's likeness. However, not everyone is convinced. Some archaeologists argue that the bust doesn't actually resemble Cleopatra. The facial features don't match historical depictions, and many experts suggest it likely represents a princess rather than the queen herself. The marble statue is undeniably real, carved from white marble, small enough to fit in one hand, and depicting a woman wearing a royal crown. According to a translated statement from the Egyptian Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities, the statue exists. But the fundamental question remains, who does it actually represent? Discovery Summary. What can we conclude about King Tut's golden mask? The archaeological evidence suggests multiple compelling possibilities. The earring holes indicate it was originally designed for someone of high status, either a child or a woman. The adult male facial proportions combined with the ornate beard suggest later modifications. The mysterious nature of Tutankhamun's tomb, with its unusual orientation and hastily arranged artifacts, indicates this burial chamber may have been repurposed. Whether the mask originally belonged to Queen Nefertiti, another royal woman, or was simply the best option available when the young pharaoh died unexpectedly, one thing remains certain. This golden artifact holds secrets that challenge our assumptions about ancient Egypt. Closing segment. Interactive Journey Conclusion. For 3,000 years, this mask stood as the ultimate symbol of Egyptian pharaonic power. But what we've discovered today transforms our understanding of this iconic artifact. It reminds us that history is rarely as straightforward as we assume. The most obvious details often slip right under our noses until we look closer. What do you think about these theories? Does the evidence convince you that this mask originally belonged to someone other than Tutankhamun? Share your archaeological insights in the comments below. Let's unlock these ancient mysteries together. In our next episode, we'll travel to another lost civilization and uncover secrets that could rewrite history itself. Join us for more thrilling archaeological adventures on ancient mysteries.